So I'm out here in the rain, in the rain, in the rain. So, literally, I'm not even joking, like 15 minutes ago, I made a video yapping about random thoughts, started talking about my mommy and my mommy issues. Then I thought about it. I'm like, yo, I wanted to make this video or like talk about this shit when I'm on like a podcast with Joe Rogan, right? When I'm like super upski. But my Romanian homie said, bro, like, you don't need to be like super upski or need to hit a certain thing to do stuff you want to do, right? And I've literally said this to my other homies before. So fuck it, I'm just gonna make this video now. It's like, I'm hesitant to make it because it's like, I don't know, it's like 13 reasons why, like bullshit, bro. And I don't like talking about dead people, right? I don't want to like slander anyone. Because truthfully, my life has honestly been pretty chill, all things considered, right? Like, I didn't grow up in fucking like O Block, right? Look at the people in Gaza too, bro. Like, my life is fine, right? Sorry, bro. So it's like, fuck it. Let's just do it, bro. Right? It's not gonna be edited. I'm gonna do this as raw as possible. I hope you can see my face. I have no idea what this is gonna look like, bro. But anyways, so my life, all things considered, has been calm. All right, I've had some issues right here and there, but all things considered, it's been pretty chill. I'd say like lower middle class, maybe higher lower class ish, around there, right? I technically grew up in the ghetto, right? But like I'm very hesitant to say that because like I never saw anything crazy. I would always hear crazy stories, but I mean, I guess I grew up in the ghetto-ish. Like the area I grew up in is notorious for kind of being a bit dangerous, especially those specific buildings I was at, right? I'm not gonna say it because I'm not trying to dox myself. But I never really saw anything, right? Life was mostly chilling. Okay, wait, let me be quiet. There's like some police flying by. I don't want to look crazy. Yo, this is so ratchet, bro. Sorry. Anyways, fuck the cops. Fuck the ops, bro. Okay, look. My mother, right? I'm gonna say it's probably the root of most of my insecurities and issues, right? And you know, like, again, like, I'm hesitant to like really make this video because it's like I don't want to talk about someone that's dead. Past is the past. Fuck it out. I'm a guy. Feelings don't matter. But you know what, bro? I feel like shit like this is important to put out, and I wanted to talk about it anyways. So why not talk about it like right now? Why do I have to hit a certain fucking goal to yap about what I want to yap about, right? So my mother, right? She's complicated, and I know I'm literally that meme of like, yo, like daddy issues, fuck that guy, mommy issues, she's complicated. But you know what, dog? That is the truth. Give me 1 second, broski. I'm gonna put the camera right here. I hope you can see my beautiful face and it doesn't look fucking retarded. Hopefully it's good. So mommy had her issues, all right? Throughout her whole life, according to my grandmother, right? She's been in like mental wards, tried to off herself, like all this shit when she was like around 13, 15. So she had her mental issues. On top of that, add in some drugs, bomboclats around her. Not too surprising what happened to her. She ended up ODing like a few years ago. She died when I was 18. I'm currently 21 years old. And I used to love my mom like crazy, right? Because every time I would go to her house, it was like fun, you know? It's like I finally felt free from like the monotonous, boring life I had. And she would always introduce me to a bunch of cool shit, cool movies, awesome music, new experiences, right? And the main thing about her is that like I would always vent to her and only her about like how I felt. Like I never really paid too much attention to like my feelings, right? Plus I didn't really comprehend it, but like I had a lot of sadness and anger that I didn't really realize I had. And whenever I would go visit my mother, right, on like the weekends, I'd kind of like vent to her, talk about my issues. And it was very therapeutic because she would give me advice and I would talk to her and all this stuff. Issue is though, and like upon like looking back at it and like retrospecting, this kind of caused my downfall, to be honest. Because every time I would like vent to her, she would kind of manipulate me and twist. Because for me, it was a safe place, right, to talk to my mother. And like I said, she would give me insight and like all this stuff. And I used to think she was super cool. But looking back at it now, I realized that she would basically take my thoughts and the things I'm venting about, and take that like safe space I had with her and essentially kind of twist it into whatever she wanted to say and what she wanted to do, right? And she would always pit me against my father. She made me try to hate Muslims and Islam, and it was working, bro. Like, I started to hate my dad after a while, and like I said, she would basically manipulate me into thinking like fucked up shit, right? And like I said, she had her issues, right? Like, there's been a lot of times that I would like come over to her house, and she would either be fucked up on pills, right? Like super gloggy and slow, or I'll never forget this one time I walked in, right? And she was like passed out, drunk on the washroom floor. I remember thinking like, that's not good, broski, but whatever, right? And she would just say like a bunch of weird shit, bro. Like, she would always talk about how she hates men and that like she's been like assaulted here and there, and she would always like tell me fucked up stories about like my family and the things she's been through. And even as a kid, I kind of thought to myself like, yo, I don't know if a lot of these things are real, because she would say a lot of stuff, and truthfully I think most of the shit she was saying was fake. To be honest with you, I don't think a lot of the things she would say was real. And bro, it's like, I'll never forget this one time, right? She told me that she was gonna go get a lighter from like one of the neighbors or some shit, right? And I was like, okay, do your thing. Walks out, and then I see her, right? I look outside and I see her just kind of like walking around in a circle, and I got like goosebumps looking at that. I'm like, bro, like, is she like mentally there, bro? Because it's like, I thought she was gonna go to the neighbor's house. Instead, she's pacing around in a circle, and then I pretend I don't see her, right? She comes to the door and she's like, oh, I didn't get a lighter. I'm thinking to myself like, dog, you're just kind of walking in a circle, like, what the fuck? But I don't know how to really structure this, right? I'm just gonna, like, I don't want it to be like random shit. And to be honest, like, one of the reasons why I'm making this video is for sympathy. Yes, I know I'm a bitch for doing that. Okay, whatever, bro. Fuck you, bro. I just want to hug, bro. And I don't know, like, maybe me yapping about this could help someone who's been in a similar situation. Or I don't know, maybe, I don't know, bro. I just want to yap about it. Fuck it. I have nothing to lose, bro. Dunya is temporary, right? So, to kind of like make this more coherent, I'd visit her. She'd either be fucked up on pills or drunk, right? Most of the time, to be honest with you. And what kind of bothered me more was because like whenever she was like sober and good, she was awesome, bro. She was like the light in the darkness. But that's the thing. She like 95% of the time she's kind of like fucked up, right? And to be honest with you, I was not like a good kid. I was a bit of a brat. I was kind of a delinquent, right? And I definitely took advantage of like the freedom I had with her. Unfortunately, it's one of the things I'm very shameful about. And it's like when you have a bratty, when you have a bratty, obnoxious kid on ADHD pills, and you have like a mentally ill nigga that's like drunk most of the time, like of course she's gonna like tweak out a bit. You know, apparently like she would talk a lot of like shit about me to my father. She'd be like, yo, Elias, you gotta like calm Elias down. This guy's like tweaking out. I can't take Elias. This and that. And yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about is that like she introduced me to pornography, right? And she did some sexual stuff to me. She never like raped me or anything, right? I was not diddled by her. And to this day, I honestly think that it was kind of like a misguided way of trying to help her like pre-teen son going through like hormones and shit, right? Because I remember I would search up like girls kissing on YouTube, right? And I had the same YouTube account as my mom, and I remember she came up to me, she's like, bro, are you looking at girls kissing? I'm like, what? No. And then she'd be like, yo, there's this thing called Pornhub. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go in incognito mode, or you're gonna search up whatever you want. Use Google, right? Google's the best site to use for like pornography. And when you're done, Elias, just like go to history, clear browsing history. I'm being so serious. I was like, I don't know, fucking maybe 13, 12, and she like showed me this shit. I was like, yo, bet. I'll never forget the first porno I watched. I remember I was watching that shit, and I compared it to like the shit I'd watch on YouTube. I'm like, yo, this is like night and day, right? I'm telling you, bro, lesbian shit was the way, bro. I'll never forget. I was in like computer class. I think this was like grade 8 or 7, and my boys were like searching up like sex scenes on the school computer. And I'm like, yo, listen, bro, you gotta search up lesbian stuff, because lesbian stuff is way more graphic, right? before I got like introduced to like porn and like all this shit, right? But that basically led to my whole pornography addiction, bro, which has been terrible, affecting my life pretty badly, even now to this day. I don't really blame her though, because it's like, yo, it's on me. I'm a grown-ass man, so it's my like issue to deal with. But you could say it's her fault. I don't like saying that though. And like she would do like some sexual stuff a bit. Like I said, misguided way of trying to like help someone, I feel like. But I remember one time, I forgot what like we were talking about, but like I think I was talking about like masturbation with her, and she asked me to like show me like my dick to her, essentially, right? So I'm like, okay, weird. So she asked me to like do it. So like I go to like, you know, take off my pants, and I think I was around like maybe 13 or 14 max. I think it was like 13, 12, I don't remember. And she was like, yo, take off your pants, let me see your cock, right? I'm like, alright, cool. So I take it off, and she's like, no, I want to see it hard, right? Go jerk it. So I'm like, I don't really feel comfortable masturbating in front of my mom, right? She's like, it's fine, I'm your mom, do it. I'm like, nah. She's like, okay, just go do it in the washroom. And I remember I was like jerking my shit to get it hard, so my mom can see my dick hard, and I was like, I couldn't do it, right? So I was like, nah. And bro, this is like there was another instance where this was bad. This was like one of the last times I saw her. I was around like 17 when this happened. Like as I used to live with my parents, then I went to live with my grandma, right? And when I say parents, it was like my mom and dad, and then they split up when I was like young, right? Like in JK, SK area, grade 2-ish. And then I lived with my father only. My father got remarried, issues there. And then I went to my grandma's house, right? When I was with my grandma, sometimes my mother would come visit my grandma, right? And I didn't know this, but apparently this was very, very common. She would like come visit my grandma, and she'd basically bum off her, steal shit, and essentially tweak out there, right? And so one of the times she would come over, right, to my grandma's house, and I felt very conflicted, bro, because it's like, man, like, I haven't seen my mom in a minute, bro. And there was a time where I didn't like talk to her in like I didn't talk to her in years. And yeah, it's like, and then all of a sudden she like pulls up to my grandma's house, and it's kind of like, damn, like where were you all this time, right? All of a sudden you're back in my life. Okay, whatever, ignore it. And essentially she would like geek out there, right? And I would like see the shit, and I'll never forget this. Like one of the last times I saw her, she came over to the house, and she was like fully out of it, bro. She was like talking to herself, right? I think she was like shooting up like needles in the basement too. And she was like completely like gone. She was like talking to herself, blasting music loudly. This thing keeps scaring me. What the fuck? Anyways, so she was like dancing in the living room, and she was like naked doing so. And like I remember I was just in the kitchen like minding my own business, trying to like calm down, and she would like walk in front of me naked on purpose, right? I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember if she was fully naked or, but her things were out. I remember thinking to myself like, well, let's just go into autopilot, thug it out, right? Whatever, right? And yeah, she was like throwing a can at my grandfather. It hit his head, or almost hit his head, I think. She was tweaking out. She was like pissing herself too. It was like bad, bro. I don't like. I'm hesitant to like post this now because I don't want to talk about this shit. Cause it's making her look so bad, bro. But I'm telling you, bro. I know it's the meme, but you guys got to keep in mind mental illness, drugs, bad influence, right? So, you know, as much as this makes me upset, I can't blame her too much, right? Because it's like, she wasn't right in the head, essentially, even since day one, right? So it's whatever, thug it out. But, yeah, that really fucked me up, I'm not gonna lie, right? Like, I'm kind of, like, trying to, like, go through this quickly and make this video coherent. But essentially, dancing around naked, right? Doing drugs in the basement, cracked out, my nigga. And yeah, I'll never forget that, bro. Like, I kind of went into, like, autopilot when I saw this shit, right? And she did, like, some similar stuff, like, multiple times before that, too. And it was, like, like, my OCD is, like, coming back, bro. But it's, like, on one hand, it was, like, cool to see my mom, because I didn't see her in years. But on the other hand, it's, like, she's, like, cracked out. So it's, like, damn. And yeah, bro. You know, another thing too is that she would always have a bunch of boyfriends. I don't want to say she was a hoe, but essentially that. Always a new boyfriend, and she would always like talk to me about like the shit they would do, and she'd like purposely show like, okay, this is my new man. I'm like, cool, I don't want to see this shit, whatever. Unfortunately too, a lot of her boyfriends were fucked up, cracked out, right? I remember this guy named Mike, who she had him the longest besides my dad, right? He was a big motherfucker too, but this was like a hockey player, bro. Big lumberjack guy. He wasn't like buff, but he wasn't like fat though. He was like a big dude, right? And I actually fucked with Mike, bro. Mike was cool, bro. But apparently, I found this out later, right? Like near the end of the relationship, like he used to beat her, and you know it was kind of sad because I'm like, okay, you know, at least my mom has Mike. Mike seems like a cool guy. He's kind of funny. I fuck with him heavy, right? And he got me the Xbox One. So shout out Mike. But apparently Mike was a dickhead, right? This nigga would fucking beat my mom. Apparently he was always drunk, right? He wasn't always drunk, but like he would drink on the side, and I feel like I can kind of tell he wasn't like 100%, but I didn't realize how bad he actually was. And I remember one time I came to visit my mom, just myself, right? Because usually my siblings would come along, but this instance she just wanted me to come over. And she like pulled up, right? I pulled up to my mom's house, and she was telling me how like Mike beat the shit out of her. I saw some bruising on her face, and she was scared that Mike was gonna come in and like kill her that night. So I remember I had a baseball bat, right? And I was kind of like sitting in the front, like in the living room, right? Because like the door is right here and the living room's like right here. So I remember like I don't know how old I was, bro. I think I was like, I don't know, like maybe 14, 13. I don't know, I was young, right? And I remember I'm sitting here with a baseball bat, right? I'm like anorexic at this time. I weigh like 140. I'm a skinny dude, probably less than that. So I have a baseball bat, like 13, 14, chilling in the living room, waiting for this fucking like 6'4", at least like 230 like nigga to come in. And I'm like thinking to myself like, yo, he's probably gonna kill me, but fuck it, I gotta defend my mom, right? And you know, thankfully he didn't come. Unfortunately, this guy died of a cocaine overdose a few years ago, right? Kind of a bummer, bro, because it's like, I liked Mike. His parents were cool. He actually had a really nice house. Like his parents were kind of upski, but he was kind of cracked out. But yeah, unfortunately he was fucked up like the rest of her boyfriends, bro. I remember this other dude named Sean, bro. That nigga was weird, bro, but like I said, he was one of the longer ones. Pause, that sounds so sus. But I kind of liked him, right? But then I found out he was doing like all this weird shit. I'm like, fuck that nigga. In fact, I remember when he left, he still had like his like Xbox account on my Xbox, right? And I remember I was like deleting all his like progress on his like games and like his save and like gamer thing just to get revenge, right? And I remember he made this joke. I don't know why it still sticks in my mind. Where like I was kind of bored walking around the area, and he was like, "Yo, the graphics in real life suck, right?" And I remember thinking it was kind of funny. I hope this video. Oh my god, it's wet. I gotta wrap this up. Anyways, so yeah, I remember one time we went to Comic-Con, and it was cool. Never been to Comic-Con. I got like that Minecraft sword, right? But again, it's like, bro, like one moment she's chilling, next moment she's cracked out. And like I remember she was like getting really angry at me because to me I was being a bit bratty that day, right? But I remember like she kind of like forced my dad to come pick me up, and she's like, "Oh, it's your fault." Like, yes, fuck you. There's been times where like we were supposed to visit her, and she was either like passed out and she didn't open the door, so we had to like go back, right? I'll never forget that. That was very upsetting because like I said, I was always hyped to see her. But it's like during the final years of her life, like I would look at her and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's not my mom, bro," because she got like really skinny, graying hair, and she just looked cracked out, right? Especially compared to how she was before. And it's like, it's unfortunate, bro, because like I have all these memories with her, and then as the years progressed, she got worse and worse and worse. And apparently she'd always complain about me specifically, right? So I'm like, fuck. So I kind of questioned if she actually ever cared about me. My grandma said she did, but to be honest with you, I don't know if she ever did. I like to think she did, right? But like I remember one of the last things she told me was that like I was a monster and that I'm a devil just like my father, right? And I'm like, damn, bro. But granted, I'm gonna be honest, right? I remember one time, this was like during the first day of Ramadan when I was at my grandma's. She came to my grandma's house, started yelling, she was drunk, and I came downstairs, right? And I told her, "What the fuck are you doing," right? And I was so sick of her bullshit, bro. She would keep coming, causing my grandma distress. So I'm like, you know what? No more. I was like Gohan. I'm not gonna watch this anymore. Unfortunately, though, I did try to kill her. I'm being so serious right now about this shit. I remember I grabbed her neck, I was choking her out, and like I pulled her on the ground, right? And I was gonna fucking like beat her to death because I'm thinking, bro, this is not my mom anymore. This is like a demon possessing her. She's causing so many issues to my grandma. Don't fucking disrespect my grandma. I'm gonna kill you, right? And if it wasn't for my grandma like getting in the way, I would have killed my mom right there. I was gonna beat her to death, right? Because the cops are not doing anything. All these fucking medicine and doctors, they're not doing shit. No one seems to really care or do anything. So I'm gonna take responsibility and take her out, right? Didn't pan out though, right? And you know, I'm not gonna lie. I could sit here and say I regret doing it, but you know what? I really don't. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for doing that because I took action, bro. I was so sick of seeing this evil shit that I was gonna fucking fix it, bro. And I'll never regret what I did. And you know, it breaks my heart that I had to do it. But you know what, bro? I honestly believe I was doing the right thing, bro. Like, it sucks, bro, because it's like, it's autistic and you should never put your hands on your mom. But you know what, man? That wasn't my mom. That was a demon. And I'm gonna fucking take it out. Because that's the right thing to do. I don't care, bro. No more evil. I'm gonna be a hero, right? And I see how that sounds autistic, bro. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it, bro. But unfortunately, though, that was kind of one of the last times I saw her, right? And you know, the day she died, I was like 18 years old. I remember my dad pulled up randomly one day, right? And this is when I was living at my cousin's house. He's like, yo, link up. I'm like, okay, I bet, right? It's very, like, he doesn't really see me in person that much, right? My relationship with him is fine, by the way, right? Like, it used to be, like, complicated, right? Because, like, I got kicked out the house because I had issues with, like, the stepmom. And that was a whole arc. I'll do that super quickly, right? But essentially, he came up to me. He was like, yo, yes, so, you know, hey, how's your day? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. He's like, yeah, your mom died. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, she's dead. I'm like, oh, damn. And I remember my little brother was there, and he was trying to show me his Pokemon cards. And I'm like, trying not to cry. I'm like, yeah, this Pikachu's cool. And in front of, like, my fucking family doctor's office, but, yeah. What else can I talk about? My father, very complicated. Because I really loved my dad when I was younger. I used to think he was Superman. He was that guy, right? But man, when this guy got remarried and he raped my stepmom, he just fell off so hard, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened, man. And the stepmom was treating me, like, initially it was cool. But then she started to, like, really, like, treat me really shitty, right? And granted, like I said, I was kind of bratty when I was younger. But you guys got to keep in mind, bro, I was, like, 13 to, like, 15. And I was not mentally well, broski. Like, I was on all these, like, fucking ADHD pills, this and that. And it fucked me up, right? So, like, I needed, like, some mental support. I wasn't mentally there. I still take accountability for the shit I did. I'm never gonna complain. But, like, come on. I was, like, a teenager, preteen, with mental illness, bro, right? I still have it. A little bit. But I control it better now. And so, the issues with stepmom started to come. I don't really know what caused it, right? But, yeah, she was nice to me initially when she came to Canada. And then, like, she became worse and worse and worse. And it was a bunch of mental games, bro. She would always play on me. And my siblings, too, right? And she was not abusive, but she did hit me a few times. And that used to really bother me. My dad used to beat my ass, too, like, whenever I do something bad. I never viewed it as abuse, though, because I low-key kind of deserved most of those beatings. It's more like discipline-ish. And then when I was really bad, he would beat me with, like, the metal side of the belt. And I was like, yo, that was bad, right? But yeah, I just hated being beat, bro. I remember one time I almost, like, crashed out. I remember my dad, like, he kind of smacked me in the head. He's like, yo, hurry up, tie your shoes, let's go. And, bro, I'll never forget that day. I fucking jumped up. I'm like, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then I calmed down. My dad was like, nigga, relax. I'll never forget it. But it's like, man, I love my dad, bro. He was so cool when I was younger, bro. But when he remarried, bro, that shit, like, I'm telling you, man, my stepmom, like, destroyed him, bro. Straight up, fam. And, like, who am I to say, right? They're living comfortably right now. I'm kind of living by myself, right? I say comfortably, but, you know, lower middle class-ish. But, it was really bad, bro, for, like, my stepmom and father, right? And I remember when I got kicked out of the house, I was like, damn, bro, like, my mom doesn't want to see me. My dad kicked me out. Like, I don't know, I guess my stepmom's head game was, like, that crazy. He chose her over me. I was like, yo, am I not worth it, bro? Am I just a loser? Like, my parents don't give a fuck about me. Clearly, right? They're not in touch with me. So that kind of made me have some, like, abandonment issues and kind of fucked me up a bit. But you know what? I was like, bro, I'm that nigga. I'm the man. I'm gonna show them. I'll be successful. I'm gonna thug it out, right? And I did. And alhamdulillah, bro. Like my relationship with my father is way better. Same for the stepmom, right? And but yeah, there's just when I was a teenager, it was bad. There was like a lot of issues, bro. Again, it was never really abusive. It was like a lot of like mental shit they would always do to me, bro. And I remember I had enough, bro. Like social workers came in, and that's essentially when I moved into like my grandma's house, right? But yeah, man, it's sad to say, bro, because I really do love my dad. I wish I get to like, he's still alive, and bro, like inshallah, I get to like have like a proper sit down and talk to him, bro. Because it's like one of the things I regret is not talking to my mom more, right? Not having like a heart to heart with her more, especially near the end. And it's like I don't want my dad to die too, and it's like I never really got to know who he was, you know. Because especially now, man, it's just like I just wish I got to like talk to my father more, you know. I used to look up to him like crazy, this and that. And I wanted to move back in with these guys, but the stepmom was like, no, no, no. So it's like, fuck, man. I guess I gotta earn my place to like see my siblings again, this and that. And by the way, we talk regularly, right? Me and my siblings, we're super tight, right? Which is awesome. But like, I wish I got to see them more, bro. Cause like, it costs a lot to go fly out to see these niggas, bro. And it's like I can't really afford it right now because I'm low key fucking broke, unemployed. It's like, I don't know, bro. And like, I know this. Like, by the way, I know I've done a lot of like psychoanalyzing myself, bro, right? And I know like these experiences are kind of what shaped my insecurities, what made me like want to prove myself, right? But it's just like it affects me to this day, bro. And like I've calmed it down a lot. You know, I've done like, I'm not gonna say I didn't do therapy, right? But like I said, I've done a lot of pondering, and it's like, okay, I act like this because of this, so it's not like crash out, right? And that's helped me out through life. And right, the older I got, the more I'm like, bro, that's the past. I'm not even joking, bro. Naruto, I'm telling you, that nigga, bro, that show is what fixed my relationship with my father and stepmom, bro. Because Naruto's whole thing, right, the cycle of hatred speech, that shit changed me. And Naruto's like things like, yo, empathy, understanding your fellow man, understand that, yo, maybe like, for example, your stepmom was a bitch to you because she had her own issues and she took it out on you. That's not cool. She shouldn't be taking out her own issues onto like a teenager, right? Even though she's a grown ass adult. But you know what? I'm the bigger man. I can look past it. I forgive her, right? And I'm being so serious. Naruto, like that whole thinking of like, yo, understand your fellow human and have that heart to heart, open your heart. That's what fixed my relationship with like my mother. Sorry, not my mother, my stepmother and my father, right? And it's what made me kind of like not be so cheesed with like my mom anymore, right? Because I used to have so much hatred and anger. I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of do, bro. Especially now, right? Because it's like, bro, I wish I can just kind of go back to my siblings and, you know, like things will be cool living with my father and just to like talk to him more. But like, I guess not, you know. I essentially grew up without a daddy and without a mommy. So it's like, fuck, bro. But like, why am I saying all this? I don't know. You know, the main things that helped me through all this crap was just self-belief, bro. Even as a kid, I always believed myself, bro. I would tell myself that, yo, no matter what happens, I'm better. This will never affect me. I'm that nigga. I'm going to be successful, right? And the older I got, the more I kind of believed in myself, right? And I always believed no matter what happened, I'll be that guy. I don't know why I had this self-belief, because I was low-key just playing Xbox all day, right? If I had to say, probably the movies I used to watch, I used to love, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone a little bit, but I used to watch a bunch of 80s action movies, and I'd see all these, like, big, buff guys just fucking saving the day. And I'm like, you know what? Even though my mom and dad seem to hate me, I'm gonna be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro. I'm that fucking nigga, bro. Like, nothing's gonna bother me. I'm that tough guy, bro. I'm gonna be a hero, right? And the older I got, the more delusional I got. But, nah, like, what saved me, essentially, was martial arts, Islam, and introspection, bro. Especially introspection, bro. That's, like, that is so important. You need to do introspection, bro. If there's anything you can take away from my life, ponder, bro. Because pondering is what honestly saved my relationship with my family, bro. Because without it, I probably would be like even more lonely than I am right now, right? Because pondering made me realize why I was so angry, why certain things tick me off. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I still have a lot to work on. I'm still insecure, angry, this and that. But if someone like me can do it, you can do it too, broski. Always believe in yourself and work towards something, bro. As a kid, I wanted to make movies, right? And that kind of like stuck in my head. And I was like, no matter what happens, I'm going to make a movie. I'm going to be successful. I believe in myself. When I got older, it was Islam, and I wanted to be like the heavyweight world champion in boxing. UFC right now, currently, I feel like boxing's too limited, but you need to have a goal. You need to have a goal, broski. And no matter what happens, you can't give up, bro. You either win or you lose in life. And trust me, bro, being a loser is not it, bro. Giving up is boring, bro. I remember I did give up a few times in life, bro. And I tried to kill myself over 20 times, dog. I'm being so serious. Even, bro, like 2 weeks ago, I literally tried to off myself. I'm being so serious, right? I was trying to do like suicide by cop. But I thought about it. I'm like, yo, Naruto wouldn't be proud of me. So fuck it. I'm being serious. I'm being so serious, bro. Okay, and it was a slap. I was like, it's haram to kill yourself, bro. And I didn't want to die a loser, right? So, I wish this video can be more informative, more helpful, because I feel like I'm kind of just like yapping about bullshit, right? Like I said, I don't know, like I feel kind of, I wish I can frame this in a way it's more like helpful. I can say a bunch of shit, bro. Like, I can say like, as a kid, I was in HSP because people would always tell me like, yo, like, I was mentally ill, right? I believe that, like, apparently, like, I don't know if I'm on the spectrum, right? But apparently I am, right? Like, I would go to, like, HSP. I know HSP is not for, like, autistic kids overall, but, like, I remember in school, I was in, like, I would be in class, they'd take me out, and they would have, like, someone to, like, look at me, and I would do, like, different tests privately to see if I was autistic or not. And I remember as a kid, people would always tell me, yo, yes, you have ADHD, you have to be on these pills. I'd be in HSP, bro. I felt segregated, bro. I was with like the sped niggas. And bro, like truthfully, I do feel like I might have some autism, bro. Like I might be on the spectrum. And like medically, I am, right? I'm neurodivergent, ADHD, definitely OCD. And I don't know, maybe some other shit. I might just be retarded, straight up. But might just be a dumbass, but that kind of fucked me up too. My whole childhood, people saying that I'm not normal. Yo, yes, he's a little bit mentally not there fully. And like I said, I don't know if it's the truth. I feel like it isn't, to be honest. I was just hyperactive, which I think is bullshit. Like, of course, a little boy doesn't want to sit in a fucking classroom for like 8 hours, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? But whatever. That kind of fucked me up because then, like I said, like my whole life, I was like, yo, am I autistic? Am I like Forrest Gump? Am I normal? And I remember it was a struggle for me to get off like these ADHD pills, bro. But when I was in high school, grade 12, I got off it because I'm like, yo, this is fucking bullshit. I don't need it, right? I'm not crazy, okay? I'm normal. I'm me. I'm not going to let people decide who I am. Because it used to bother me, bro. Like, I felt so humiliated. I'd be with the autistic kids, the sped niggas, right? Like, in this little corner. And, like, every time we had an assembly, I'd have to, like, walk in with the sped kids. And then, like, everyone else and, like, my homies, more like people I knew, were kind of like looking at me and like I felt like segregated, bro. Like this is the sped kids, everyone else. And I was like, man, I just wanted love and acceptance, bro. Right? Like fuck, man. If my mom doesn't love me, my dad doesn't love me, maybe I'll get it from my homies. I'll have a found family. Oh well, guess what? You're with the sped niggas, bro. Here's everyone else, and this is like you. It's like fuck. And I remember like I was trying to like me and this dude named Billy. We were trying to start like a revolution in HSP, right? We were trying to get the sped niggas to be like, yo, we don't need HSP. Let's go back into society. Like fuck the power, fuck the man. Let's do it, bro. And I think honestly, shout out Billy. That nigga actually helped me, bro. And by the way, I fucking reformed that dude. Fuck Billy too. Cause I remember he was kind of cracked out, and I remember I told him, yo, you can't be like being a silly ass nigga, bro. And I kind of. He was talking to, like, long story short, he used to be with the popular kids, but he was always a bit autistic, went full like retard, right? Then I was like, yo, straighten out. He straightened out, went back with the popular kids, and then kind of forgot about me. So fuck that nigga. But also shout out Billy, because he kind of like pushed me to be like, yo, I don't need to do HSP. Let me just go back to normal school, thug it out. It's hard. I don't understand shit. Because we're fucking learning the ABCs in grade 8. What the fuck, my nigga? But it's cool. I'll thug it out. And guess what? I did, bro. Right? I'm not like a crazy genius, but I was averaging like 80s, 90s in school. Academically, and applied, I'm not gonna lie. But academically, I was good. I was good in school, right? Not like a bookworm, but I was pretty good. But yeah, that also fucked me up, bro. Because it's like, I don't know. Like some of the stuff I do, I don't know if it's because, you know, I'm autistic or if I'm just fucking stupid, but I don't know. I do think there is something there, but it is what it is, bro. What else can I yap about, right? I'm 5'5". That's why my life sucks. Nah, joking. I mean, yeah, bro. Just like there's not really. I've been sexually assaulted a few times, bro. Like since I was like 10 to like 19 was the last time I got touched. I was never raped, but I've been like groped here and there, right? I made like a video on that like a while ago on my Insta if you want to check it out. Or I think I posted it on my Rumble. I'm not sure. But yeah, I've been diddled. That kind of bothered me because it's like, bro, like, can I just be like intimate with someone I actually like for once? You know, like I'm tired of being squeezed and touched nonstop, right? Unless it's like Megan Fox, okay. You know, but it's like, bro, I want to at least be intimate with like someone I actually care about. Cause bro, I would talk to a girl for like 5 minutes, right? And then all of a sudden the next day they're like grabbing my shit. It's like, bro, like, come on, fam. And I feel like I sound gay as fuck saying this, bro, but it kind of bothered me a bit. Not crazy, but it's like whenever it comes to like sexual, intimate stuff, it kind of bothers me, bro, because like I said, bro, like I've just seen a lot of like sexual violence as a kid when I was younger, right? And so like sex and stuff, I don't know, bro. Like it's hard for me to like open up and like get into the mood, because it's like I don't know. I just feel kind of uncomfortable doing it, right? Like on some guts shit, broski. But not really. Like I said, I wasn't raped. Alhamdulillah, bro. But it's like I just want to be like, can it just be consensual one time, bro? Can I just be with someone I like? Like I don't. It's just it kind of bothered me because like I think sex is like a very sacred thing you do with someone you love. You know, like I don't like hookup culture. I feel like it's a very spiritual and healing thing, right? And so when someone kind of just takes it from you, it's like it's fucked up, bro. Because I sound like goofy saying this, bro, but like what Guts and Casca did, that's what sex should be, bro, right? It's the ultimate connection with someone you love. It's healing. It's beautiful. It's cathartic, bro. It's like therapy, bro. That's what it should be, bro. Not fucking like some 3 or 4 at a club, broski, you know? And so getting touched and grabbed kind of bothered me, bro. And especially because like I was trying to save myself for like Casca, right? My own Casca. And I lost my virginity like recently, right? Like 2 months ago at 21 years old. And honestly, I regret it a lot, bro, right? But like I said, I was getting like really depressed and like, yo, fuck it. Nothing matters. Why am I saving myself? The world is cooked. I'm going to go off myself. So fuck it. Let me get some toppy, right? But kind of regret it, bro. Like, stay a virgin, bro. I'm telling you, do it the halal way. It's not worth it, bro. Okay? I used to hype it up so much in my head. And it doesn't, bro. I'm telling you, bro, jerking it literally felt better than like fucking, bro. It's not worth it. It only feels good when you love someone, right? You do it with someone you care about. And so whenever I'd get fucking groped by like the crackhead on the TTC, it's always women too, bro. It would always be women, fam, doing it. Bro, if it was a guy, bro, alhamdulillah, yo, inshallah, bro, like BBC Tyrone's not gonna get me. But it's like I have this view, and then I would talk to a girl for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I'm getting groped. It's like on one hand I'm like, okay, I'm a guy, it's not a big deal, but it's like, man, can I just be with someone I like for once? But yeah, man, what else can I yap about? It's just, I feel lonely, bro, right? And like I said, I know why I feel lonely. It's just the past experiences and like my suicide attempts and suicidal tendencies. It's just very circumstantial. And like I said, the main thing that's just kind of kept me strong was self-belief, my goal in life to improve the dunya, martial arts, and Islam, right? And just love, bro. Like my siblings, my homies, bro. Like I love hanging out with these guys so much, bro. I really do, bro. And honestly, they help me a lot. They keep me going, bro. Right? It's love. I sound corny to saying this, but like love is what saved me, bro. And when I say love, I don't mean by like love from others. Loving yourself, bro. Which is kind of ironic because I can't stand looking at myself, bro. I hate myself how I currently am, but I know it can be better, bro. But yeah, man, it's just like I wish I can just be accepted for once, bro. Because I feel like no one really knows who I am, right? And I feel like every time I like every time I've always tried to open up, it was always met with criticism or not taken seriously. It's like very hard for me to like speak about like emotions and shit, because it's like it's always been made fun of, right? I've never like, it's never like I just want to hug, bro. Like, is that too much to ask? To get like some hot milk to be like, oh no, it's okay, sweetie, then to like fuck the shit out of me. Like, come on, is that too much to ask, bro? But fuck it, we'll see, bro. Right? Just gotta trust in myself, trust in Allah's plan, and things will be good. Inshallah, I'll get the love I need, bro. You know, I always say, oh, I'm alone. I'm not alone. I have people around me, but it doesn't feel like it. And ever since I was a kid, I've always felt like alone, and that no one actually gave a fuck about what I thought and felt. Even my mother too, bro. I remember I was trying to show her anime when I really got into anime, fam. And I fucking love anime, bro. And I was showing her my favorite like Naruto scene, and she looked at me. She's like, bro, you're a grown-ass man. I was like 16, maybe 15 at the time. And she basically said, you're a loser for watching this shit. And I remember that. I feel like a loser saying this, but that hurt so much, bro. I was like, damn, bro, I love this shit. And she just said, I'm a loser for liking it. So it's like, fuck, man. But, yeah. It's what made me who I am, though, honestly. And all this shit made me a better person, right? So I thug it out. And like I said, bro, thanks to my homie Naruto, I don't hate any of the people that did the things to me, because everyone has a story, everyone has a history, and I'm going to be the better man, and I'm going to help them, and I'm going to help everyone else. I'm going to help the me that needed help, bro. You know, I'll be a hero. So it's fine, bro. But yeah, you know, as of recent, it's been hard, right? And there's been times where it's like, it gets really depressing, this and that, but fuck it, bro. When I'm on a yacht, after I overthrew Israel, and I have like Nico Robin right here, and like Beyonce next to me, and like Shakira like throwing it back, I'll be fucking happy, bro. And I'm not gonna do it to prove others wrong. I'm gonna do it for me, right? So we'll see, bro. I don't know, like there's probably more like I'm forgetting, right? Like I said, I never really ponder or like to speak of stuff like this. I'm hesitant to post this because I don't know what the fuck the point is of me doing all this shit, but hopefully it helps someone, right? I hope the footage is good, because there was some rain on the lens, so we'll see. But yeah, man, stay strong, bro, and love yourself, dog. That's really it, bro. That's all I have to say. Like and subscribe, I guess, if you want, bro. Next video is gonna be whatever, and believe in yourself, bro.